Kia ora, I'm Brad Freese from GCT Education, channel partners for Schoology's learning management system here in New Zealand. Myself and Daniel Cook, one of my colleagues, have prepared this video for you at Macleans College to show you not only the power of Schoology but also the way it works with Google Apps for Education, as we know that you are well entrenched with the Google suite at Macleans College. My piece here at the beginning of this video is really just to give you a bit of an overview of what Schoology is, to show you a couple of the key features in terms of the interface layout, and then hand over to Daniel to take you through some of the features and benefits that, as I said, will be centered around the Google tools. It's not a full list of everything Schoology can do and offers. I'm hoping that this video will result in piquing your interest to meet with me in Auckland, where we can look at the other areas of Schoology that we haven't included, and also a conversation that may touch on areas such as what does implementation look like, what does driving adoption look like, what does training and ongoing PLD look like, what do the costs look like, etc., etc. We're really keen to work alongside you and develop a strategy that covers off those areas in the hope or in the pursuit that we can develop a win-win and make Macleans College another member of the Schoology family and us a member of yours. So to give you a brief overview, or to use a simple analogy, Schoology is a technology toolbox. It's not designed to be another app or another system to learn. Rather, it's intended to be an online place which organises the resources and apps which the teachers at Macleans use. And in that way, Schoology simplifies and streamlines what your teachers and students do at your school. So from finding homework that's due, or notes about homework, to RSVPing to a sports dinner, to teachers checking how students are performing against achievement objectives in their courses, and so much more. Schoology brings everything together in one place. So as an educational toolbox, Schoology will help your teachers achieve 4 important outcomes: to curate and share their content or resources in one place, to deliver a personalised learning curriculum to their students while keeping all administration and grades in a central place. So we have an excellent integration with Kmart. To seamlessly communicate with colleagues, students and parents from one online application, and most importantly, to connect students to each other in a secure social learning environment which increases interaction and therefore deepens learning experiences. So Schoology could be thought of perhaps as an innovative learning platform which consists of a communication platform, a social learning network, a content curation application, and a curriculum delivery tool. Now, if we just touch on a couple of the key areas that I've just mentioned, one of them is courses. So the courses in Schoology are the backbone to teaching within the platform. So this is where materials are distributed, assignments are distributed, grades are handed out, and also the ability to make announcements and share course calendars, and much more happens within courses. Groups. Groups is where communication and collaboration outside the classroom happens. So all extracurricular groups live here. Sports groups, drama clubs, debating teams, board of trustees, faculty departments, parents, all of these have their own groups that they belong to, and within these groups they can communicate and collaborate, they can have discussions, media albums, and share and build resources together. So the same toolbox that lives inside a course lives inside a group for building and creating courses and adding materials. And then lastly, we have resources. So this is a virtual filing cabinet or repository where you can keep and save your materials. And every user belongs to courses, maybe not parents, could be, have their own groups and they have their own resources. Now, in addition, in this toolbar across the top, users can always click on the home page to come back to the recent activity feed. Now, this activity feed is fed from any courses or groups that the users belong to, or any school-wide communication that is delivered at a school-wide level. To give you a perspective in terms of the power of the groups, one of the schools we work with that has a similar roll count to you, they have 280 groups running in their school, and that enables them to specifically target specific people with information that's relevant only to them. What that creates, and particularly for students who have a shorter attention span at times with internet use, what that does is it puts the information in front of them that is relevant to them. And so we then get feedback along the lines of, from students, when there's nothing on Instagram or Facebook, I check Schoology. Now that's fantastic, because what it means is you've got your users coming into the learning environment and staying engaged and in touch with what's happening in their school life and in the learning community. In addition, every user has their own area. Now this is for parents, students, administrators, teachers. Everyone has their own area such as this, where they have their own blog, they have their own portfolios, and they have their own way of connecting with their own professional learning community. This is particular to teachers. So Schoology essentially, as a platform, is very simple to navigate. 3-column layout, very familiar, reduces the learning curve, and then a toolbar across the top where you belong to courses and groups, which then, when there's activity, feeds into a news feed, and then you have your own resources as well. So personal resources, public, where you can find global resources and bring them into your own personal resources in a click. Your collaborative group resources, and then of course your Google Drive or your OneDrive, Turnitin, all of these other tools all live within the apps area. So that's a very basic view of Schoology. I'm going to hand over to Daniel Cook now. And as said, there's a lot more that we could show you that we haven't included in this video. And I really do encourage and welcome the opportunity to meet with you and talk about how we might make Schoology a positive move for Macleans College and its learning community. Thank you, and here's Dan.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Cook, and I'll be running you through some of the specific features of Schoology, how they work, and some of the benefits. To start, I'll cover some of the communication features. Schoology allows you to send out targeted information, ensuring that only the relevant people see your updates. When you create an update, you can choose to send it out to specific courses and groups, or many at once. You can also attach useful tools such as files, links, resources, audio-video recordings, and polls. Files allow you to attach files from your computer, such as PDFs, documents, or pictures. Links allow you to link out to external websites, such as YouTube. Resources allow you to attach certain resources from your personal or group resources, such as documents. The audio-video recording tool opens a recording window where you could, for example, record yourself making a welcome video to send out to the entire school for the beginning of the year. Polls can be used to support community-wide consultation. Schoology's powerful communication tools are an excellent resource for driving community engagement. For example, your debating team may win a national competition, and the principal could thank the team for their hard work by posting in the debating team's group, and then congratulate them in front of the entire school by posting in the school community group. You can create events for a particular group or the whole school at once, for example, a parent-teacher night or a class trip. If you'd like to send a message to an individual rather than a group, you can use the private message function if this permission has been enabled. If you've created a group for it, then you can target them with personalized messages. It's as simple as that. This is a great way to enhance the way your school engages with teachers, students, school leaders, and parents, and one of the best ways to help strengthen your community. We're happy to support you to develop a communication strategy, should you choose to make Schoology a part of your school.
Hi there, it's Brad here, just jumping in to give you a quick tour of the Schoology mobile app. So when you first log into the Schoology mobile app, you're greeted with the recent activity feed, which is a replica of your desktop experience. It's all the same information, all in the same order, all of the same comments and likes and things like that are all the same. If you're an admin or a teacher, you're able to add updates, assignments, discussions and events. So if you're a school administrator, you're a sports coordinator, you could be the principal congratulating a rowing team or a kapahaka team on winning a national event or anything like that. You simply come and select the plus symbol in the top right, click update, who you're going to post the information to, courses and groups are all listed here. Write your update. You can even attach files from your personal resources, shared collaborative group resources, or your Google Drive. You can open your Google Drive from within the app. So extremely effective for on-the-go communication with your entire school community through the app. So in addition to being able to do this off the homepage, you can select upcoming events in your calendar from the homepage or keep it set on your recent activity. Now if we go up to the top left next to the little Schoology S symbol, you'll see a hamburger menu there, which is developer design land term for 3 lines on top of each other, often meaning that underneath that is a menu, which is the case here. Across the top we have messages, then we have connections to people next to that, and then notifications, any notifications that have been issued. So whether you're a student, a teacher, an administrator, a parent, if there's been a message that's relevant to you issued, a course piece of work has been marked, etc., it will appear here in the notifications area. Underneath that we have courses, so all of the courses that you belong to are all available from within the app, and as you can see here, this is a replica of the course that we've been using for the rest of the video. In addition, we've got all of the groups that you belong to and all the resources that you have either put in Schoology in your personal resources, any that have been shared with you by other people, which can include people from around the world. They may share a collection of resources with you or across schools, across your coal. All of your group resources, so any shared group resources are all in here. And then finally, your personal resources through your Google Drive or your OneDrive or any other tool that you're using. YouTube you can access from within the app. So it's a very, very close replica of the desktop version, so you really can be on the go using the school app and still be fully immersed in the school learning experience. In addition, there's an offline mode, and particularly useful for students. They can download their entire course, work on it on their phone, and the next time they get in range of internet connection, it'll upload any changes. Teachers can see the grades of all their students per course from within the app and mark work. And in addition, and finally, you can control the notification or the level of notifications that you receive from within the app. Now, the parents are the most common users of the app, in my experience. It's extremely handy for them having this in their pocket with all of the calendar events for their children's extracurricular activities. They can access all of their students' courses and the assignments that have been given and see what they actually are to nurture and support their child's learning. And in addition, they're available on the end of their phone to receive direct messaging from the school itself. So I know that in some situations the school have used the Schoology app to communicate when there's been an emergency or when there's been an alert on that the entire community needs to know about. They've used the Schoology app to manage that. So that's a quick crash course around the Schoology app, and I hope you have enjoyed that and it's been informative. In 2017, we saw a need for us to build an integration with the Kmart Student Information System. And so we set about doing that, and it took a bit longer than we thought, but once we finished, It's been received with huge gratitude from all of the schools that we work with that are using Kmart. What it's done is it's created a seamless connection between Kmart and Schoology, whereby at the beginning of the year, all of the courses set up in Kmart, all of the teachers and all of the enrolments are all automatically set up in Schoology and built. All that's then required is for the teachers to come along and pull in their resources to those particular courses, and everything's hunky-dory. Any changes to courses or new entrants are automatically synced and happen overnight seamlessly. And so what this has done is it's given a lot of time back to schools, particularly those with the larger roles, because it's a significant job to stay on top of all of the enrolments and the courses and the timetable, etc., etc. So our integration with Kmart makes that pretty much go away, and we're pretty happy with the result.
Schoology's parent portal lets parents take an active role in their children's education. Admins decide the level of access parents have. This can be anywhere from only seeing their children's content to having their own presence in the platform, allowing them to join groups and use Schoology's powerful communication tools to take an active role amongst the school community. Parents can click in the top right to view a list of their children at the school. Selecting one of their children will display a snapshot of their life at the school. From here, parents can view their children's overall grades and mastery, courses, groups, upcoming events, and due dates for gradable work, and use the recent grades area to view their children's most recent grades, and click through to view the assigned work. This gives parents insight into what is actually expected of their children and allows them to view any submissions that their children have made. To switch between children, parents can click the drop-down in the top right. Clicking the person icon opens the child's Schoology profile page, where parents can access their children's information, portfolios, and blogs. Clicking into a specific course allows parents to view course content, as well as grades and mastery specific to their children. Parents can access their children's calendar, letting them keep up to date with due dates and any other activities happening at the school. Parents also have their own calendar, which can be used to keep track of school events such as parent-teacher nights. If the permission has been enabled, parents can send direct messages to teachers, allowing parents to update teachers on any important information about their child's life outside of school. School management and users who specifically have been granted the permission can use the Advisees feature to get a snapshot of users inside Schoology. Advisors can search for students, teachers, parents, or any other user to bring up their details. From here, advisors can view the user's courses and groups, anything coming up, and other useful details such as grades. They can also click on the user's name to view their profile and access their blogs and portfolios. School Analytics are a powerful resource for monitoring Schoology uptake, checking on individual engagement, and tracking how the platform is being used. When you first open School Analytics, you'll see graphs displaying how many times Schoology has been accessed in the past 30 days by teachers, parents, and students. You can compare these stats to the number of users in your platform, and also check how many courses and groups you currently have. You can toggle between different sets of information, such as page views, by clicking on the boxes along the top. You can also change the date range and whether you want to see only mobile or desktop logins, or both. User analytics helps schools identify teachers and students that may need extra support in a particular area based on their engagement and activity, or lack thereof in a course. From the top level, you can see their overall data, such as the total time spent in Schoology and the average time spent per course. And by clicking on their name, you can see their engagement with individual courses, allowing you to get a snapshot of exactly how much time users are spending on Schoology and in each individual course. System logs give you an in-depth readout of activity at your school. If you're looking for a particular event, you can filter by event type, or search by user. Section linking is a term used to describe linking classes or courses together. You can link sections or classes together to save considerable time and to make class management much easier. Section linking a class means there are two identical versions of it, each with different students. In practice, this means if a teacher is teaching the same course to two different classes, they can keep everything in one place. When you create new materials, you have the option of creating them for the individual sections or for both at once. This way, instead of having to add the same materials to each class, teachers can save time and do it just once. When it comes time to grade, you can switch sections in a couple of clicks. Section linking makes managing multiple classes of the same subject faster and more centralized. Using group resources, teachers can collaborate on course creation with the ability to access and share at will. This ensures homogeneity, control of materials, and saves considerable time for teachers. Entire courses or single resources can be added to live courses for student access immediately. By default, only admins of the group can edit resources, ensuring that only selected users can make changes. Discussions can be used to hold conversations around the content in one place. Updates, like in courses, can be put out and will show up in the home feed of all members. At the beginning of the year, teachers can populate their courses in less than 2 minutes. During the year, teachers can easily add materials to their courses, and at the end of the year, save these to either their personal or group resources, or both. This way, on the first day of the new school year, teachers can re-import their saved courses in a few clicks. These resources can be taken from groups or from personal resources. It's as simple as finding the content you want to import, clicking the Select All checkbox, Add to Course, selecting the course you want to add it to, and then Import. This saves huge amounts of time. In just a few clicks, teachers are ready to start teaching their students. Teachers have the ability to set work as being published or unpublished. Any work that is unpublished will not be visible to students. This allows teachers to create drafts and continue developing their course all in one place. This way, teachers can prep an entire year's worth of work and release it week by week or module by module, term by term, or even by individual materials, such as assignments or pages. Teachers can also set date ranges for items to be visible. For example, this allows teachers to set weekly folders that will appear at the beginning of a week and disappear at the end. The workload planning tool lets teachers understand their students' current workload, enabling teachers to strategically assign new work that won't overwhelm students and ensures that they achieve at the highest level possible. It does this by displaying how many pieces of work a student has due on any given day of the week. For example, you can see here that every student in this class has 3 items due on Tuesday. The threshold dropdown controls what appears in these columns. By default, it's set to 2, meaning it will only display if students have 2 or more pieces of due work. Changing this to 1 means any due work displays. Clicking on the numbers will display what the actual work is and what class it has been assigned from. One of the great things about this tool is that it displays due work from every class students are a part of. For example, you can see that only some of the students in this class have work due on Thursday and Friday. The date range can be altered, allowing teachers to plan ahead based on their class's workloads. Workload planning provides insight into students' workloads and can help reduce stress and lift achievement. Student completion enables teachers to control the order in which tasks and materials are completed and accessed. It also enables teachers to ensure students are achieving at a desired standard. Teachers can set a threshold that must be met before students can move on, can set rules that require any item to be viewed, or can set it that students must make a submission before moving on. You can also set it that these requirements must be completed in sequential order. Student progress lets teachers view their students' engagement and activity within a course in one area. From the top level, teachers can see how much of the overall course students have completed. Clicking on a student lets teachers view their progress folder by folder or by individual materials. This way, teachers can quickly check to see how far along students are and offer support to those who are falling behind, and conversely, provide additional tasks to top students who fly ahead. Assignment submission in Schoology is intuitive and effective. Students always know what they have due by checking the upcoming bar on the right and can open their assignments by clicking here or on the assignment inside the course. From the assignment page, clicking the Submit Assignment button on the right will open the Submissions interface. From here, they have the option of uploading a resource from the computer or making an audio-video recording of themselves, perfect for languages or performing arts. The Create tab lets students work on their assignment inside Schoology, with all the usual rich text editor options, such as inserting content. Students can save work created here as a draft, allowing them to return to it later. The Resources tab allows for direct submission from students' personal, group, or app resources, such as Google Drive. After submitting to the assignment, teachers and students can begin leaving comments for feedback and feed forward. If the student is particularly proud of their work or would like to keep a record, they can click the Add to Portfolio button to save their submission to their portfolios. To access their portfolios, students can click on their name in the top right corner, which will take them to their profile page. From here, they can view their badges, which can, for example, be granted for exceptional work, good behaviour, or engagement with the school community. On the left, they can access their blog and open their portfolios. Portfolios are an area for users to collate and display content. This can be submissions made to assignments, artist model examples, extracurricular work, or anything the user is particularly proud of. They also provide a perfect space for displaying evidence of learning and work reflections. Teachers can easily monitor the status of student submissions by using the Submissions field. From here, teachers can quickly view any grades they've already assigned, who still needs grading, whether work was submitted late or on time, and who is yet to submit. By clicking on a student's name, teachers can view their submissions and begin grading. Using the right-hand column, teachers and students can leave comments for feedback and feed forward. If a student has resubmitted to an assignment, teachers can use the revision drop-down to swap between submissions. To switch between students, simply click on one of the student pictures along the bottom. Finally, teachers can apply a grade and leave a comment for the overall piece of work by clicking Grade in the top right. Comments made here can be set as visible to students or not. Schoology's student submission and grading tools ensure that teachers are always aware of their students' current activity, allowing teachers to provide the best possible guidance to support and drive student outcomes. Each and every course in Schoology provides teachers with the ability to see overall class activity and drill down into individual student activity at any time. When first selecting Course Analytics, you'll see a graph showing overall engagement. The Users tab gives you a snapshot of your students' level of engagement with your course, displaying when they last logged in and how long they've been online. Click on a student's name to view their interaction with specific materials, such as quizzes, discussions, and assignments, for fast reporting on student activity and submissions. The dog ate my homework, or it didn't save, will never fly again because you can literally see how much time a student has spent on their work. You can easily toggle between students as required, or within one window, so it's simple for teachers to monitor and manage the level of student engagement across all coursework. The Assignments tab lets teachers see how many times each assignment has been viewed. Clicking on an individual assignment will let teachers see who has submitted to the assignment and who is yet to. The Discussions tab displays how many times a discussion has been viewed and how many posts have been made to each. Clicking on one will show how many times each student has posted to that discussion. Finally, the Links tab will let you know how many times each of your links have been followed and when. A great tool for monitoring the effectiveness of flipped learning in your class. With Course Analytics and Schoology, you have total control over the visibility of student activity at all times. Google and Schoology are made to work together. As such, Google materials can be easily accessed and used throughout Schoology. Teachers can access and add them as course materials, attach them to events, and add them as resources to groups and personal resources. By adding a Google material as a link to Schoology, teachers can even add live documents to their course and update them while students are viewing it. A great tool for collaborative work. If you'd like students to have their own copy of a Google item, simply add copy to the end of the link URL, particularly effective when pulling items from your school's team drives. Schoology's Google Assignments provide teachers with a simple workflow for distributing Google materials to their students and assist with monitoring their progress whilst working on assignments. Schoology Google Assignments work similarly to Google Classroom, except in Schoology, teachers can grade their students' work and have it appear in the gradebook. When teachers create a Google assignment, a copy of the attached document will automatically be created for each student, much like Google Classroom. Teachers can view a live version of each student's copy of the Google material, allowing them to add live comments and feedback. Once students submit their work, they can no longer make changes unless the teacher hands it back to the student for resubmission. Grades added here are automatically added to the Schoology gradebook. As with all Google materials, Google Forms are a cinch to embed in Schoology. Simply grab a link, and then copy this link into Schoology as a link. Give it a name, and now when this material is clicked on, it will open in an embedded version inside Schoology.
Thanks for that, Daniel. That's been great, and I hope it's been an informative and enlightening opportunity for you, the staff at Macleans College, to have taken on board how Schoology and Google Apps for Education are able to be put together to create an even greater solution for the teachers, the students, and in fact the entire learning community. I welcome an opportunity to get together and lift the bonnet and have a closer look under the hood and discuss things like implementation, rollout, training, ongoing PD, driving adoption, and all of the things that ensure that bringing an LMS like Schoology into the mix is done successfully. You can reach me on this contact number here, and alternatively there's plenty of pathways in our website here that you can follow that'll also reach me. So thanks again for watching, appreciate you taking the time and the interest in Schoology, and hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.